that, you made that, that you made that, that you made that.
Solid Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighten up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions with my rations getting low. Get down on the flow, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this we too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the day before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with the demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in meth doom hits. The sun god bringing some light, now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs when writing scripts, namaste but conquering. Conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
What's up, people? What's up, people? It's your boy, Welcome on in the building. How's everybody doing tonight? Episode 112, I.O.W. Sports Late Night Al Edition. I am here once again. Happy to be here. Thursday is over. We are now officially one day away from the weekend, baby. It is Friday. It's always a great sign to see Friday. That means the weekend is here. More NFL here. More college football is here. College basketball is in the swing of shit. So it's going to be a lot of sports this weekend. So don't expect me to be doing nothing but watching sports, a little smoking, some drinking. That's what I'm doing. I'm watching sports all weekend. That's all I'm doing. That's all the hell I'm doing. But anyway, as always, the homie 40 Water, Silent Hill, him and J. Leo. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Go shout my boy out on YouTube. Show them some love. That is Pale Moon Devil Dance, the official, unofficial theme song to I.O.W. Sports Late Night Al Edition. As always, going over to the website, www.ioffthe119.com. Get all the information in every last social media platform we are associated with. Patreon's on there. So if you're feeling real charitable, go ahead, drop some ducats in that collection plate. Help us at the I.O.W. Network crew offset some of these expenses and what it takes to build a media conglomerate. And we are building a media conglomerate. We will take over the world. I promise you. Hey, you gotta think it, gotta believe it. You achieve it. I promise you. It's going to happen. Cop some merch, I.O.W. Sports merch, I Often Wonder merch. And of course, Detroit Mail has his J. Edward collection on there. Definitely cop some of his t-shirts, comfortable t-shirts and sweatshirts. Dope shit. Going over to your respective app store, download the I.O.W. Network app. Of course, the big homie Nick is here. I'm going to bring him in just a second. But while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and we got a couple of wild card Marlin top plays of the night. Now, the first one, it may not look like nothing, but to me, it was a good play. And then the second one was a great touchdown that wasn't a touchdown. So we got two tonight. All right, we got two. Here's the first one.
Carved up just enough space, pushed Tobias out of the way, catch, and a quick release back up to the rim for Barnes.
Well, we mentioned Barnes leading all rooks in scoring and field goal percentage, also in rebounds. Good defense by I.O.W. and a great cut from Seth Curry.
What happens with most defenders?
This quarter. There's Seth to Andre, back to Seth. Let's see that again. Number 1 to 31. Back and back again. That is the Xfinity powerful connection to the game. Xfinity, the fastest internet right here in Philadelphia.
Hey, that's Steph Curry. I wanted to play that just because, you know, Steph can't get all the glory in the family. Come on. Let Steph get some shine too. You know, let Steph Curry get some shine. He all right too. Let him get some shine. Let him get some shine. And then, of course, the ultimate wildcard mark, top plate of the night. Gotta show the big man some love. Gotta show the big man some love.
Pass is caught by one of the linemen, and he came up short. Robert Hunt had to have reported as eligible, and then look at that. He's across the.
Big man move. Big man move, big man.
If you look at the end of the highlight, when the refs are down on the field, he's pointing. He's pointing like
he's like, yeah, touchdown. I'm like, bro,
you lined up as a guard.
You're right guard. You're ineligible.
That was wrong guard, because at least right guard deodorant works. That was wrong guard. Listen, I texted you immediately. I was like, I love it. That's a play that you might see people put in. That's a play you might see Miami put in. But God bless him. I was watching while you were doing the introduction, I was watching the NFL Network, and they interviewed him in the post game.
Yeah.
And Kyler Murray was like, he definitely played running back as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie Stanley tweeted, even though I'm a Raven, man, I love to see a big man move like that.
Hey, big man move.
To me, is the greatest play I've ever seen. That didn't even count. Damn, man. Good for him, though. Before we start, let's raise a glass to the veterans. I wasn't on the show earlier. To all our veterans,
no doubt.
Men, women who are braver than me, thank you for your service. God bless you guys. We love you.
No doubt. I got plenty.
You allow us to do shit like this, so thank you.
Hey, great point, because I got hella cousins, hella friends. I mean, I know many of people that have served, and I'll be honest, it's bigger than me. I couldn't do it.
I say it all the time. I say it every year. God bless those who are braver than me. Like your balls and your brawn, your mentality are just. But they should be treated as national treasures, and our veterans enable us to do everything we want to do freely without walking down the street, looking over our shoulder, worrying about bombs going off like there are in like the Gaza Strip. We have our freedoms because of them. So thank you.
Damn straight. Because I mean, like I said, I couldn't do it. I do believe in my Second Amendment right, but that's just to protect the fam. I'm not trying to chase and hunt nobody down, or or
not everybody has the makeup. You and I are in the same boat.
Well, because I know they sign up for that, and some people look at it as a job, but like that is another different type of job that takes a lot of different type of sacrifice. That's all I'm gonna say. So
it's the selfless thing that anybody could ever do.
No doubt. But
kudos to all of them. They deserve their day. They deserve every day to be their day.
Yeah, I hope y'all didn't do not a damn thing today, and you just enjoyed the damn day. Like,
except watch the show.
Definitely watch the show. So man, let's take a look at this this Ravens and Dolphins game, man. Of course, there's other big news in the NFL. We'll get to that later on, because I want to preserve your takes on that. But because this game is.
I hope we run out of time. I don't want to that no more.
But because we got the game that just ended fresh off the action that happened today, Miami Dolphins were 2-7. Baltimore was what, 5-2 or 6-2? 6-2.
Yeah, I don't think they had their bye yet.
Okay.
They did have their bye. That's why they're 6-2.
Yeah,
Miami 2-7. They were 6-2. You're right.
Yeah. So now after the loss 22-10, Miami gets the victory. So Miami's now 3-7, and Baltimore is now 6-3. I mean, what you make of the game, man? I know a lot of people were saying upset, and I understand upset wise because of record wise, and I get that. But Miami's defense, man, that's been that defense all year. You're just waiting on the offensive side to come. You know what I'm saying? Miami's defense did a phenomenal job of containing Lamar. They didn't let him break out. You know what I'm saying?
They filled all their pass rush lanes.
Yes,
they contained them, and they did the main thing you want to do against Lamar. You want to make him a pocket passer because you saw the simplest routes. They're playing 10 yards back on the outside, and they're hitting.
Bro, they played man the whole game.
And he's throwing it at their ankles. He's overthrowing guys who are wide open. When you can make Lamar one-dimensional and make him sit in the pocket and throw, they are a very, very mediocre team. When you allow him to break the pocket and you allow him to run and you allow them to get the play action going on, they are a different dimension. If you make them one-dimensional, you saw what you saw tonight, man. If you went back and broke down the pass routes, I got in about 9:15, and I'm like, the game was 3-0 at the time, and I'm like, he can't throw for shit tonight. But that's what you can do. You can expose him. You can make him be the quarterback you need him to be to beat them. And Miami did that.
He shout out to Brian Flores and that defensive team coming up with that game plan because they pretty much ran man coverage all pretty much majority of the game. They necessarily
Miami would get toasted. If you had a quarterback who timing, precision, ball out of his hands, Miami's been getting toasted by that shit all year. But now that you got Lamar, who's got some accuracy issues when he's in the pocket and he's got fancy feet and he doesn't set his body the right way and he's throwing from bad arm angles, that's what you get. You get a very, very piss poor performance from a guy who should be MVP caliber.
Well, I will say he's still in that MVP conversation. What Miami did was what you want to do is, like you said, definitely make him a passer and try to make him beat you with his arm, beat your team with his arm. Because he had 9 carries, only had 39 yards, so they bottled him up in the running game.
They contained him nicely. When he did break the pocket, there was nothing major. There was nothing backbreaking to Miami. It was all you didn't get the first down. You know, at 9 for 39, it's a little less. It's like 4.4 a carry.
Yeah,
you sign up for that.
You'll take that every time.
You sign up for that. You don't even care if he's got 20 carries and it goes for 84 yards.
But not
we're
not only
right
that
here. Done.
Not only that, Lamar attempted 43 passes. I'll take that every game.
How many did he complete? He only had
26. Yeah, he didn't complete.
And what did he throw for? Probably 220?
238.
Okay, so you're looking at a guy who 26 completions, 238. It's 8 yards a catch, and then you had penalties. You had some runs blown up in the backfield. So
Sammy Watkins had the bad fumble. To me, that was the tipping scale of because they were actually moving the ball on that drive, and that was a whole momentum killer for them once he fumbled.
You talk about the one they took back for a touchdown?
Yeah, they took it back for a touchdown.
Very surprised they didn't call that incomplete because I thought it moved.
I thought so too.
Slightly.
Yeah.
And if there's any little bit of bobble, and that's a game-changing play, and that's a game-changing call.
Yes.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I think they're gonna overturn it because of that little shift that it did right before it got knocked out, and it was before his third step planted. When usually the third step is declared, you made the football move, right? You got the 2 feet, and then you make the football move, and it shocked me that.
You know what I think? I think they're counting the fact that he had his hands on the ball and he put that first foot down. But that just because you have your hands on the ball, that doesn't automatically mean possession. And
Correct.
We talked about this the other day. They still haven't really nailed down the things that comes with.
It's open to interpretation, ref to ref, week to week, and New York isn't telling us what is and isn't a catch. It's like they almost like freelance it.
Yes.
By the way, are you wearing a Titans jersey with a Chiefs hat?
No. I'm showing love to Eddie George, baby. It's Eddie George. Throwback, baby. Throwback,
Do the
baby.
Chiefs hat with it though. I would put.
Oh yeah, no. I found the.
You got to put on like a North Carolina baby blue hat with that, bro.
No, I got a Kansas City Chiefs baby blue hat, so I was like, oh, baby blue. Hey, come on, man. Hey, come on, you in full Tar Heel swing right now, dog.
Want to know? They won the other night. I'm good.
But yeah, I'm surprised that they did not reverse that call as well because you know, I don't think he had full possession of it when he put that first foot down. By the time he got the second step down, that's when I think he actually had possession, and then he put the second foot down, and then he got stripped.
It's one of these, right?
Yeah.
If it's ruled a catch on the field, there
was a bang play.
Return it. Yeah. And if it was ruled incomplete, I don't think they were going to say it was a catch. So it's one of those. It's that gray area, right?
Yeah.
You know, in here, the gray area.
You got a point on that because I think that call on the field sometimes is what is the deciding factor sometimes in some of those calls like that, especially when it's a bang playing. Because that was like soon as the ball got to him, he was getting hit and stripped at the same time. So it was like,
and the league don't want to shit on the refs. They want to make it look like they got the call right, unless it's atrocious.
Well, because they've had enough media attention this week. That's why.
Man, that fourth quarter started, and it's like the kid at Buffalo Wild Wings hit the thing of, all right, we need this game to start turning. And what happened? 9 plays, 99 yards, 2 pass interference or 2 roughing the passer penalties.
That second one was
the second one, man. I flipped pancakes harder than that fucking guy touched Lamar Jackson.
Now the first one, pancakes, you sound good. The first one,
never go wrong.
The first one when Baker landed on them, they have been calling that late.
They have
been calling that.
It because
I don't like it either.
Drive him into the ground like he tried to stop his hands. And
he just fell right on top of him. Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it, bro.
That's getting called. But the second one, and Tua got hit in the head on a third down when he got his finger hit. He got smacked in the side of the head. They didn't call shit. That was worse than Lamar getting hit. But what do I say all the time? The young quarterbacks are not
don't get the calls.
These calls. Yeah, no one cares if Tua goes out. It's about protecting the golden childs, the pre-made, the established, the MVP candidate quarterbacks.
Now I usually, I never been big on Tua, but I give him his credit. He was questionable going in. He didn't get the start.
He was the spark that changed the game.
Yes.
I mean, not that he made any plays, but like the game changed once he came in. So you got to give him a little credit for being on the bench and then stepping up. And
he made the right calls on some of his throws that made the game change. The first one he made that I remember quite well was when he hit Dylan Smythe, the tight end, on that little flick, and Smythe took it for like 20 yards down the field, and they started rolling. His second throw, and it was a beauty. Yes,
Wilson on the sideline.
That was a
which
beauty.
is a major breakdown with the Ravens.
Oh my God,
the cornerback.
Nobody trailed him.
I teach my kids this. The cornerback, if someone comes in motion and goes outside the guy you're covering, you shift out,
slide over.
You're the closest to the sideline. And then the linebacker or the safety, whoever you have designated with that play call, his job is to step up and cover the number 2, which is the slot. Like that's my kids know that shit.
I swear on Jesus himself, when I saw Albert Wilson go in motion, and I'm like, all right, who's trailing him? And I saw nobody move. I'm like, oh, Wilson's about to be open. And I saw it. And right when he turned that corner, man, he was wide open, and Tua saw him immediately, made a perfect throw. Let him. It was a beautiful throw.
Fucking crushed as he let that ball go.
He took a hit.
A split second later, man, that ball, Ravens might take that back for a touchdown. But like, I don't think Tua was like, holy shit! Fucking ball, dude, you're about to get it.
Did you see him? He was like, oh,
yeah.
He was
it's
like,
oh,
he's
open.
open.
Play that you draw up, and like you're a coach, and
you're like, I'm not expecting that to work.
Like, he should be streaking up the sideline, and you turn and you look, and it's like, no way, get the foot of the fucking ball, dude.
Corey Chin, what's up? Shout out to Man Down Podcast. Hey, yeah, hey Corey, he was wide open. So I'm giving. Look, I'll give Tua his credit.
What's up, Corey? How you doing, buddy?
He's up and down with his play, but that moment right there, I'm like, if you do more of that on a consistent basis,
extend them today, career changer.
But I'm saying, because the way that Tua's career has been going so far, he's been showing the inability to stay healthy, and when he's on the field, you're not doing much production wise with the offense. You know, like you said, you need a perfect storm for him to get things rolling on offense. But I'll give him his credit. He didn't get the start. Came in questionable. He missed last week because of the finger, because of the hand. He comes in, comes off the bench, and when I'm telling you, if he does that on a consistent basis, you can change the whole narrative of how people see your career, man.
I'm gonna take the other side of this just for a discussion piece.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That defense carried their ass tonight. That defense put up a fucking performance, and that defense hasn't been doing it. Last year they won 10 games because the defense did that on the weekly. Today was the first time you saw the Dolphins put up a very strong defensive performance, and they played Lamar well. They played the run well. They played the pass well.
They played Lamar perfect.
I hate that they got 11 days off before playing the Jets next week down in Miami, so they get to stay home for 11 days.
Yeah,
Jets got the Bills Sunday, and then we go to Miami the following week.
I appreciate that, Corey.
Oh, nice, Corey.
Yeah, throw on your reading glasses, old man.
I had to pause for a minute, man. I got the phone at a distance now, man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say it, man.
Hey, man, you can Urkel it out, man. It's okay. We ain't gonna drag.
This is some Golden Girl shit because I got it for $2 a
Thank you for being a friend. Well, you look like Blanche.
She saw me with them on. She FaceTimed me. She's like, "Damn, bro, you look like you stole those from your mom." I was like, "Damn, this is why I don't love your ass no more."
Hey, you got a point, Corey. Lamar can't keep taking hits like that. Not only can he not take hits like that, here's another thing. Earlier in the season, he was having ball security issues, and he managed to keep it under wraps, and the team started rolling, start winning. But it showed back up tonight. He has to control that football, because there was a time where he was running and the ball tipped up right up in his shoulder pad and bounced back to him. He had a lucky bounce and he corralled it. But, you're not going to be lucky on all those bounces. So he needs better ball security, because if he's doing that in the playoffs and he gets stripped, you're talking about not only momentum changing, you're talking about season changing. Your season might be over for some shit like that. You
see the face I'm making, and you know when the wheels start turning, I got something, right?
Go ahead, man.
And you and Corey can tell me if I'm way off on this, but I'm going to be real right now. If I'm playing Baltimore, I'm doing what Miami just did. I'm giving him the Jordan Love treatment. I'm going to worry about blitzing. I'm going to fill all my gaps so he can't escape. And I'm going to say, beat me. When you beat me, I'm going to adjust. But until then, you might see 6-7 coming every passing down. I'm going to spy you. I'm going to double Andrews. And then I'm going to man up everywhere else.
Bro, I've been screaming
he
that.
He does. He dances, Corey. You're 100% right, Corey. He dances to try to get out of the pocket and gives up on the pass too soon. And if the running lanes aren't open, you get what you happened tonight. And so kudos to Miami for seeing that on film. And I know Lamar can be great at times, but Lamar is not a great passer. You can expose somebody and just say, you know what? We're going to send 6 or 7. We're not going to give him a lane where the guard down blocks and the tackle kicks out and you got a 5-yard hole to run through to break the play. I'm going to send everybody until you burn me. And then we can fall back onto plan B. But plan A is going to be send the dogs, spy, double Andrews and man up everybody else.
Oh, you definitely double on Andrews. That's his main go-to guy. If you
Great
double him,
underrated because he does a lot with a
Yeah.
little as a passer.
yeah,
Like if you gave him Rodgers, you would
Yeah.
be looking at Travis Kelce. I think he's
Oh,
that
no,
talented.
oh, no doubt. Trust me. I made sure I picked him up on my fantasy team. I know about Mark Andrews, man. But he's going to get majority of those targets regardless. So you definitely double him. And then I know Hollywood Brown is a burner, but I'm not worried about, until he burns
six
me.
or seven, you don't got time to burn.
Yeah.
And your quarterback isn't accurate with the slants, with the comebacks, with the hooks. So you can, I think, if you had the balls to be aggressive against them the entire game, Miami, nothing to lose, right? You can really expose this team. Who they got next? What are their next couple games? Do you have that?
I almost went with Miami tonight. Something told me because, like, for some reason, these Thursday night games have been like oddly freaky lately. You know what I'm saying?
Travel, right?
Not short week travel, and then sometimes if you're a good team with a good record and you're facing a team that got obviously like the Dolphins probably won't make the playoffs and they got nothing to lose, they're going to do stuff like this. Because what do they have to lose? They have absolutely nothing to lose. They're going to throw that house at you.
What can that do? You fucking take a chance because you got nothing to lose, and in turn you can expose a flaw that nobody else has had the balls to try.
Yes, you took it. You took it right out of my mouth, bro. Miami just gave you the blueprint. They just gave you the blueprint.
I'm sending it, man. I'm an aggressive D coordinator myself. I'm sending it. If you can't block us, fuck you. We're coming.
No, you definitely sit in the house because you want to put a player like Lamar in that position to not scramble as in feet, but scramble in his mind. Like, where the hell am I going to go with the ball? You know what I'm saying?
Saw it tonight.
Yeah,
it was happy feet, right? It was the little pendulum.
Oh yeah, he was dancing back there.
He's in, he's out, he's left, he's right. Can't go here, can't go there. Sidearm throw, you missed by 4 yards.
Bro, he was dancing back there. I thought he was Fred Astaire tonight, man. Can't even lie, bro.
Fred Astaire looked good.
But I mean,
that's the book, man. The book is contain him, make him a thrower. You make him a thrower, you get last year. He breaks the pocket. You get 2 years ago where he runs all over people and wins the MVP.
I'm trying to look at their. I do believe they did have their bye. They had it before that Minnesota game, so they had it right there. I believe. Yeah, they did.
And Watkins, I'm watching a play now where Watkins gave up in the end zone on a touchdown pass.
Yeah,
like you could have tapped that down nice and easy, man.
What Corey say? He said, "Wouldn't it be cool if A-Rod and Adams pull checks in Green Bay and relocate in Miami?"
Corey,
team that with that defense, that would be sick.
Corey, listen, bro. You gave us a compliment earlier. Favorite late night guy. So I'm gonna be gentle here because I don't want to burn a loyal listener. But I'm a Jet fan. Stop your shit, bitch.
You don't want to see that?
Stop it, Corey. Stop it, Corey.
You don't want to see that, dog?
Log off. Go to
bed. Come on, man. Hey. It's just a hypothetical thing, man.
I know.
And just ride the Mike Wright train, man. Just ride that train, bro.
I'm pretty sure they are going to be all in on Watson. Like as soon as we know the Watson.
I said the same thing, but I'm telling you.
As long as there's no jail and there's no 24-month suspension, I think they're all in on Watson.
All right. So let me ask you this. If Tua actually plays like he does tonight for the rest of the season, do you even still consider that?
I don't think Tua played amazing, right? The defense got a fumble return. You hit that one play on a Raven breakdown. Like I don't think he overwhelmed anybody tonight. As underwhelming as Jackson was, I don't think. I think Tua was serviceable, and I think if Brissett plays the second half, I think that game still ends up the same way because the defensive touchdown was the clincher.
I get what you're saying, but for what he did, 8 of 13, 158. I'm just saying he showed some flash of what he can possibly do.
He did, but you look at some of the film, he missed a lot of open throws, guys over the middle, 2 yards over their head, 4 yards in front of them. He misses simple throws. And I think when he's at his best is when there's defensive breakdowns. And I'm not saying it because it's a rivalry.
Yeah.
Like I take aside for assessing Mike fucking White, I take my Jet fandom out of any football assessment I say because I want my credibility, right?
Yeah.
I don't want people to shrug off what I say.
No doubt.
I just don't see Tua being the answer.
That's fair.
Can he develop? Maybe. I'm not ruling it out. I mean, he's got good pedigree coming from Alabama, but he had a loaded roster at Alabama.
Of course.
He needs the organization to help build him up so he can succeed.
They need to be definitely going offensive line in the draft for sure because they got to keep him upright.
And they don't even have their own. Philly's got their own.
Yeah.
And then they have the 49ers pick from the crazy trades that happened last year where 49ers traded up and then Miami traded up with the Eagles after trading back. So it's interesting for them.
They definitely need
for shit. Like
that's what I was about to say too. They definitely need a running back
on quarterback, right? Running game, and they got the reliable tight end in Gesicki.
Yeah,
they got a guy who's a nice weapon in Gaskin, but you got to be able to run the ball to take the pressure off of a young quarterback, man.
Yeah, they need a running back for sure. So I definitely see them if they don't draft a running back, don't do it in the first round. Please don't do it in the first round. But
they gotta go line. They need offensive.
Yes, they need to go O-line first with their first overall pick. Then they need to go start getting some more weapons. If they're able to keep everybody happy and signed on defense, then I don't think you have really too much to add to that defense. I mean, but free agency definitely target a good veteran running back that's on the free agency market. Probably one that's going to be around like 28, 29 years old. Marlon Mack wouldn't be a bad.
You got Mack, tight end. You got OJ Howard. You got Njoku. I think he went to Miami, right? So he may be looking to go back down there. Njoku, the tight end from Cleveland, he went to Miami Hurricanes, right? He was a Hurricane.
Njoku, I can't remember where he went to.
I'm almost certain. I'm a draft guru, man, so I'll remember that shit. Real quick, NFL Network is on behind the phone here, and Jackson was blitzed 51.1% of his dropbacks, third highest of his career. So you're seeing the book maybe starting to be written, and it's going to happen until
they could stop
you for doing it.
Yeah. Real quick, since we were talking about the Ravens, pull up their schedule. So they're going to see Chicago next week in Chicago. So expect that same type of defensive.
Both teams, right? Both teams are going to be blitzing the shit out of the quarterbacks to see if they can throw.
Oh yeah. Because they're definitely gonna get after Justin Fields, and now that Miami has kind of got the book written on Lamar on how you can stop them. I definitely expect Chicago to do the same thing, and then they get into division play. So this 4-game stretch won't be too easy for Baltimore. You got Chicago, so they played Pittsburgh pretty tough on Monday in Chicago. Then you follow that going back to Baltimore, but you get to see Cleveland. Then you go to Pittsburgh.
Did the Ravens get the same referees that Chicago had this past week? Do we know the scheduling yet?
They better hope they don't. Well, no, they better hope they do, because obviously they must be some AFC North fans the way they was refereeing for Pittsburgh, man.
Wild, man. That was
that was wild. So Chicago home, Chicago at Chicago, home against Cleveland. Go to Pittsburgh, go to Cleveland, and then they go
Cleveland
home against
2 out of 3 weeks, huh?
Bro,
that's gonna tell us a lot.
No. This final game stretch. Matter of fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cleveland again, right?
Yeah, but listen to this eight game stretch down the stretch.
Chicago, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
At Chicago, home against Cleveland. At Pittsburgh, at Cleveland, home against Green Bay. At Cincinnati, home against the Rams. At home against Pittsburgh. Did you just hear that 8-game stretch, man?
So the Browns are winning the division.
My goodness. You talking about a tough road? Bro, if Baltimore plays like this tonight against that 8-game stretch, they are sitting at home.
Green Bay's got a good D. Rams got a good D. Cleveland can get after the quarterback. Pittsburgh can get after the quarterback. Can Lamar shock the world and win these games? Yes, right? Like, I think Lamar's not a guy you confidently bet against because he has the ability to go off for 160 yards rushing and 220 passing and 4 total touchdowns. But I don't like the offensive line. And
Nick,
when Staley got hurt and they traded Brown, or they traded Brown first and then Staley got hurt, I was like, I think this will be their downfall.
Nick,
and you saw it tonight. If Miami's defense exposed you, what the fuck do you think those others are going to do?
Nick, they have pretty much division games, Rams and Green Bay to finish the season. Oh
it's
my
division
God.
And like the elite.
If Baltimore,
this is their last losing team.
Bro, if Baltimore,
this is their last losing team. Pittsburgh's got a winning record. Cleveland's got a winning record. Cincinnati, Green Bay, Rams, they all got winning records.
Bears are the last team that's ain't shit that they record wise. That's it. Okay. And everything else is teams that are vying for playoffs, man. This schedule right here is not only is it make or break, to me, it has a lot of implications on a lot of things. And I'm looking at all the things that are going in through my head of that schedule of what it implies. Lamar wants to get the extension. They've already had contract talks of the extension. This determines, like, bro, if he struggles mightily in this stretch and they don't make the playoffs, we were talking about just the other night of having him reset the quarterback market. I can't reset the quarterback market if you showing me through this 8-game stretch that you can't beat the blitz.
And he'll have, I mean, he's a good enough talent. He's not a good enough passer. He's a good enough talent to have a wow game or two in there, right?
I get that, but there's a lot of good defenses in there that ain't.
And you could be looking at, cue my favorite Tom Petty song. They could be free falling, like they could drop very quickly.
That's my goodness. But on the other side, if they come through that 8-game stretch and they probably are able to split that,
they figure their shit out. Title contender, absolutely.
No doubt, because that prepares you for what you're going to see in the playoffs.
Correct.
Is you're going to see elite play calling, and if you can beat it through that 8-game stretch, man, I can't see another favorite in the AFC that if they go through
Cleveland. My preseason pick of Cleveland and the Rams. Give it time, man. Although I am on record as saying today, as I had a message in on the show because I had some things going on with the job I'm getting. As much as everyone has heard me, Corey's heard it. I'm picking the Rams all year long. The Rams are my Super Bowl pick. Now that OBJ is a Ram.
Now that we there now. Let's talk about it.
Cut that shit. Let's go Packers. I would rather be wrong on a prediction than for this motherfucker to get a Ram.
Yo, bro, why you gotta take the take back? Why are you taking it back, dog?
Call me whatever you want to call me. I'll accept it. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. I do not want this bitch to get a ring.
Look,
and let me add, views expressed by Nick are not those.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this about the OBJ signing to
Wait a minute. I hate to cut you off.
Yeah.
I.O.W. I'm the only whitey. That's what I.O.W. now stands for.
If we happen to be back, and hopefully we will.
It popped in my head. Man. I had to go with it. I'm sorry.
Honestly, here's the thing. There had to been some real man-on-man talks with McVay and OBJ to have this happen, to come through. And the reason why I say this is because the Rams, they don't need OBJ.
No.
He doesn't
move the win needle. He doesn't change that they're elite. He doesn't change that they're the Super Bowl favorite. He's riding coattails. And he may have a wonderful game here or there. He might have a big play. But Van Jefferson could do that. Higbee could do that.
This had to have been a man-to-man conversation with him and McVay and say, look, bro, you will not be the focal point. You are here to add to us because we don't need you. That had to have been the conversation to have this even go down, because you already see the usage rate that Cooper Kupp gets and the connection that him and Stafford get, and that gets that offense going. So
and they use Kupp a lot over the middle. They use them on outs. Now
they use them all over the field.
Fake, and you got the deep shot, and Stafford loves the deep shot.
Yeah, he does.
Very, very strong arm. Mahomes, Rodgers, and Stafford probably got and Josh Allen got the 4 strongest arms in the league.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So if you can get Kupp to get the safeties to come up and go over the top, I mean, you see it. They hit with they tried it with Jackson a few times. They tried it with Jefferson. You have a more established. I mean, Jackson's a great deep threat, but you have a more established receiver where if the safeties drop, Odell can break off and come underneath just as well. And you could have 3 Woods, Beckham, and Kupp all running like 5, 12, and 20-yard cuts.
But and it brings me to my main point. Kupp is already option number 1. Robert Woods is automatically option number 2. Now it's debatable if OBJ is option number 3, because Stafford does have a great connection with Higbee. So I can make the argument
Let's
that
revisit
Higbee,
it after Thanksgiving. Like,
yes,
we can't Sharpie anything in now.
No. I'm not
You got to
Sharpie.
give a guy time. You got to give them time to get that rapport.
No,
When they have training camp together,
right.
preseason games, September, sometimes you don't see a rapport develop to October. So with Beckham, you might not see the rapport till January.
Probably so.
Which is scary to think of Stafford having another weapon like that.
And that's what I'm saying. So Higbee is they already had that rapport. I can make the argument that Higbee's option number 3. I can still make an argument that Vance Jefferson is option number 4. You know what I'm saying?
3A, 3B, right? Depending on the matchup. It depends on what the defense presents.
Of course.
Stafford has no problem giving one guy 6 and then the other guy 3 targets. And then next week it's vice versa. It's all
Of course.
Which is good quarterback play, right? You don't force shit. You force it to your studs because they're good enough.
And that's what Stafford has been doing this year. When he has time, he has distributed the football.
He's also never had this. So you're seeing a quarterback play.
Oh no.
Now, you had Calvin, it was easy, right? Like,
but that was it.
Yeah,
just go get it. But he's gonna have to be okay with only getting 4 targets, 5 targets. He's gonna have to be okay with that. You know, and
agree.
And
it might grow. Right?
And here's Corey's point, and I'm seeing the same thing too. I don't know if OBJ has that in him to be okay with getting that amount of targets, a low amount of targets, because it wouldn't be no different from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? When you're not getting the numbers and you're not being the one that's shining, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be any different. But just because you on a better team, is he going to still be able to be humble and shut the hell up? And I don't see it. I don't see it.
I have several opinions on this.
Deshaun Jackson couldn't do it. He asked for his release.
He didn't want to do it though. He doesn't care about the ring. He wants to pad his stats so he's Hall of Fame eligible. And getting only 2 or 3 targets is not good for him because he can't pad the stats.
Yeah.
Earlier you mentioned, and all great points that you made, was McVay, the conversation they had with Beckham.
Yeah.
And here's my opinion of what the conversation was from McVay to Beckham. Put up and shut up.
Be a part of the team.
Not put up or shut. Put up and shut up. Learn the system. Learn what we do. They call me an offensive genius. Trust that your role will grow over time. Do not be a distraction, because you know what? Guess who I got in the locker room waiting for you? I got Whitworth and Donald who run our fucking locker room. So
no. Damn that. I'm going on the record to say this. And I had this emotion about it too. And I'm gonna shout out Corey because you said the same thing earlier on the Man Down show today. I think McVay has no worries about, OBJ, you don't want to give up the program? You can either sit on the bench or get the fuck out.
Cut him, because he doesn't change. He doesn't move the wind needle, right?
No, he doesn't.
Super Bowl, when you got Von Miller, everybody said you're Super Bowl favorites. You don't, and I'm not tooting my own horn. One of the other points I wanted to bring up: how fucking wild would Super Bowl week be if I'm right and it's Cleveland versus the Rams in the Super Bowl? The amount of talk that we would have to do a show 7 days a week, because every day there would be a new story coming out, and fuck Baker, and fuck him. Like, it would be, I think it would be the best story for the league. Yes, they love Tom Brady. Yes, they love Aaron Rodgers, but that's nostalgia.
Now, Mel, and you just said a key word right there, drama. And Mel, this is what I'm referring to about the shut up shit, as in, don't be a distraction. I don't need you and your father dropping YouTube videos. I don't need unnecessary media attention that's negative, because the media wants a story, and I just want my team, who is a Super Bowl contender, to be focused on getting to the Super Bowl and win that. I don't need no other distractions. Like, come in, be a part of the team. Don't give the media no kind of bait to make a story out of nothing. Just be a part of the team. That's what I mean when he should just come in and just be quiet, as in, be a part of the team and don't be a distraction. That's what I mean by that, Melvin.
And I'll add what I mean by it.
Yeah.
He didn't choose Cleveland. He got traded there. So, and also, I think we mentioned it last night or the night before. No one gives a shit media-wise about Cleveland. Now you're in Los Angeles. You're in the second biggest market in the country. We saw the type of player and media darling that he was when he was in New York. I live in the New York market. Mel, I don't know. Mel, I don't know.
He's out in San Diego.
Okay. So out here, Beckham played the media as much as he played wide receiver for the Giants. I live in New Jersey. I'm 25 minutes from the stadium. All day, every day, it was about Beckham, what he said, what he did, who he was with, what club he was at, page 6 in the Post. That's the type of player that he was. When he went to Cleveland,
I don't know, Mel. Come on. That YouTube video was a huge distraction. And then when you come in and saying, I want to be released in the middle of a season where the Browns have a chance to playoff run. You don't consider that a distraction?
It's not like you're on the Jets or the Lions. Like, you had a bunch of injuries in Cleveland. You had a chance to go on a playoff run, and then all of a sudden you do that. Like, he's always been, now maybe distraction is the wrong word. He's always been a me first player. I don't think anyone can disagree with that.
Look. We gotta just call it what it is. Whether the player is directly or indirectly involved in any type of situation, if it brings unnecessary media attention, and it may not be his fault. It's still considered a distraction.
Yeah,
it's a distraction, whether he's voluntarily being a distraction or not. It's still a distraction. You know what I'm saying?
To a friend tonight. I said it to you too the other night. The Cleveland Browns on Sunday looked like Steve Young in the 1995 Super Bowl against the Chargers. Remember when Steve Young has that moment when they're up 55-17?
Yeah.
And he pretends to take the monkey off of his back. I think you saw that same pressure release from the Browns last Sunday. Yes, they got Chubb back. But you saw fun. You saw excitement. You saw a team that didn't have to walk around on eggshells because they were afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. Mel, I can't agree with that, man. You make a lot of good points, Mel, and then I'll say this. You don't do that as a parent unless you know
it hadn't been talked about. OBJ knew. Come on,
absolutely.
Melvin Wall.
Are
you telling me that you don't believe OBJ knew? You know what I'm saying?
There's no way that gets done. That's OBJ saying, you know what? I don't want to be the bad guy. Dad, it's your turn.
I find that hard to believe that Odell Beckham had no idea his dad was going to be.
You're right. Because I don't believe that his father at his age has the fucking skills to edit videos like that. So absolutely.
Look, in my opinion, a distraction, no matter what, is something that doesn't bring positive attention to your franchise.
Could be body language. Could be body language. Could be posture. Could be your effort in practice. Could be shit that we're not privy to. Could be bumping a shoulder of somebody in the locker room when you walk by them. Could be fucking rolling your eyes every time Baker talks in a meeting. It could be many things that are a distraction, not just the media.
Oh, look, man, I agree with you because I can't stand when Tom Brady's parents talk. I can't stand it when Patrick Mahomes' brother is in the media. I can't stand it when his
bring him up. Why are you going to start that at 52 minutes when we got 8 minutes up? Don't bring up Mahomes.
No, I can't stand when Mahomes' fiance talks and his mother talks. I still consider those distractions.
Yes.
It's not necessarily him, because the people that's his family and associated with him. So people are going to put them together. Their last name all is Mahomes. So it's a reflection of him. And so if they're getting media attention, to me, that's still considered a distraction. Just my opinion. But
didn't Brady's dad open up his mouth after he was already in Tampa?
Yeah,
didn't they have like a reveal all type of thing? Am I missing something?
Well, I remember.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I thought Brady's dad opened up his mouth after New England. If I'm wrong, tell me, Mel. Like I hate that fucking organization so much, man. I change the channel or mute it when they talk about them. So if I'm wrong, I'll gladly admit it. But I thought it was.
I believe Tom Senior's trash talk was after he left for Tampa Bay, and I guess he was just speaking on.
You didn't do something in October to get Tom released from the Patriots. That's a huge. That's apples and oranges, man. I can't agree with that.
Well, if his dad is doing this interview in the middle of a season, I would consider that a distraction.
Absolutely, and if it leads to Tom's release, that's what you're looking at here. His father did this on a Sunday night. And Tuesday he was taken out of practice, and by the end of the week they agreed to cut ties. Like it's not anywhere near the same. It's
all something.
After New England, like now, if his father wanted to say something, like when Beckham got traded to Cleveland, if his father went out and be like, fucking Eli Manning was a piece of shit. Fucking, he's not even half as good as his brother. Everyone would have agreed. But then they would have said, you know what? You air out your dirty laundry after you're gone. You sucked it up. You dealt with it while you were there. That's what the Bradys did, right?
They said my point is that it's not on TB12 because his dad said that it was still something Tampa had to deal with. But
they had to deal with it.
But hold on. But to me, in my opinion, on what a distraction is, that still is something that now Tom and Tampa Bay Buccaneers got to deal with. and that would be a indirectly distraction on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because of what Tom's dad said. Here's my opinion: all parents and all family should sit the sideline when their kids is playing ball, and let the dudes play some football. Y'all can have y'all little conversations amongst each other privately, but when you start leaking it out for social media and media to grab and make a story of it, that turns into a distraction. That's all I'm saying.
I'll close out my point on this with a funny take. I'm a New York Yankee fan. I've watched dozens and dozens of Yankee playoff games. I'm a huge college basketball fan. I cannot stand when the producers and the guy who went to school, learned how to operate an HD camera, and what's his job? I have to keep the camera on Derek Jeter's parents for every little fucking thing they do. I have to keep the college basketball coach's wife on there so she can stand and clap or grab her hair and cheeks. Keep the fucking families out of it, man. Like, we know they're obviously stressed when their sons or their husbands or kids are playing in big moments. Same thing with social media. I say this all the time. This goes for everybody on social media. Listen, I'm very opinionated. You know that by now. I'm sure the listeners know that. But just because I have an opinion doesn't mean it matters to anybody but me. I could drop a comment, a take, and you can shrug it off and just move on to the next topic because it doesn't matter. Like, it might be a great conversational piece, but all of these people tweeting Instagram videos, and it's too much, man. I get it. You're riding the coattails. That guy's giving you checks. That guy's paying your mortgage. He's buying you a car. You're living at the house with him.
But Mel has a point here. He says, I'm saying that OBJ hasn't been loud for 3 years, and y'all still charging with the old traits. I'm not charging him with the old traits. I agree with you, Mel, that from his New York days, he's been more quieter in Cleveland. Yes, I give you that. But publicly.
I said earlier, he could be a distraction in practice. He's obviously had some issues with Baker. He could be fucking not running routes the right way in practice. He could be shoulder bumping Baker. He could be rolling his eyes in a meeting. We don't know. He hasn't lashed out publicly.
True, but it brings me to my bigger point, which is the same thing that Corey's saying. Anything that takes the attention from the field to an individual is a distraction, and that's all I'm saying. Old traits or hidden traits. If I throw a tantrum or sit in the corner away from everybody, Cleveland is what it is. It's a tantrum, and that's what he's basing as a question.
And he got what he wanted, right? Yeah. He may have not done it publicly, but he got what he wanted. He got out of there.
But
he took a different approach.
Yeah, he did. He was a little bit more quieter, but Randy Moss with the Raiders equals OBJ with the Browns.
Yeah, shitty effort, right? What was it? Kerry Collins throwing to?
I can't remember. One more topic before we get up out of here. Of course, you got Cam Newton returning to Carolina, and I want to point out the contract that he got. Look, the Panthers are desperate. All right,
and they're still going to lose out. They're still going to lose out.
I'm looking at his contract. So it can go up to 10 mil. It can go up to 10 mil. It's incentive based. It's a guaranteed
base, and then incentives are up to 10.
A guaranteed 4.5 mil. So it's a 1.5 roster bonus. So I'm assuming if he's still on the roster for the rest of the regular season, or so that's another 1.5 mil. So that gives him that's 6 mil that he can, pretty much get, and then everything else is incentive based, and that's 8 games, man. I don't.
Like, do you think that you have a Super Bowl roster? Like,
they got a Super Bowl defense.
I texted you earlier during the earlier show. I was like, Cam is the same quarterback as Sam. Inaccurate, holds the ball too long, makes bad decisions. And then I know I have a very beautiful sounding voice with a great delivery. Mel reading my jokes doesn't come off as good as me delivering them, as much as I love Mel earlier. But I one of the comments I made is, did they bring in Cam to play quarterback, or did they bring him in to pair with Christian McCaffrey as a runner and give him the goal line carries? Like, is this the Saquon Barkley idea that I had? Because
I'll say this.
Cam throwing the ball doesn't do shit for me, man.
I'll say this. Cam Newton still has ability to be a good red zone threat for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But this isn't good enough to get them there on the norm.
Look, he definitely is a red zone threat. He definitely can get touchdowns in that area. I'm worried about what are you going to do to get up to the red zone? You're still trying to
passes to McCaffrey.
Well, this is my thing. You want McCaffrey to of course, be a part of the offense. You hoping he can stay healthy. You hoping he can get back to form to be effective. If Matt Rule, this is what Cam does great. He's great at RPO. So it's more than likely you're going to see a more RPO heavy offense from the Panthers. So expect that. Can Cam make the throws necessary? I still haven't seen him complete an out route, so I take that off the board. He not completing
Robbie
out routes.
Anderson is a good deep threat. DJ Moore is great underneath.
Yes.
Timing, it's precision, it's ball out on time, or else it's going to be picked, tipped, batted down.
Who is it? Trimble's their tight end? Trimble?
Notre Dame, yeah, because they traded the other kid.
Yeah, Arnold. They traded Arnold to
they traded Arnold
to Jacksonville,
and Tremble was developed. But they've been a little innovative, so maybe they have a good game together. But I don't think the skill set is there for Cam to.
I didn't see that, Mel. That Troy laughed when Joe Buck mentioned Cam. And but those commentaries sometimes they get a little slick with their words. They do, but I didn't catch that.
Had a very good one today. Did you hear this one? Miami ran the ball, and they got Gaskin got like an 8-yard run. And
I agree with you on that, Mel.
I got to read that in a sec. He goes, "That's the biggest hole he's seen in a while." And I'm sitting here, I go, "That's what she said." And then Aikman chuckled after his comment because he said,
they said that.
He said, Gaskin with a good run up the middle. He goes, "That's definitely the biggest hole he's seen in a while."
I caught that.
I laugh and I go, "That's what she said." And Aikman paused for a second and chuckled to himself because he realized what he said. Oh, he got it.
No, man. I agree with you right there. But I think what needs to happen is they need to just let QBs like Lamar, like Jalen Hurts, like Patrick Mahomes, just let them be them and let them play ball, because they're not going to fit your prototypical quarterback. Don't try to put them in a box. Just let them be great on their own, which they are great talents. But for the Cam situation,
I hate that he brought this up at an hour and 3 minutes into the show.
But
we gotta go. If you want to go longer,
no, we can go a little bit longer. But and Cam was victim of it too. He fell into that kind of fit and try to be put into this certain box of what a quarterback is. But only thing that I need from Cam is, and same thing with Lamar, and they can't do it at times of being accurate passers, is can you do it consistently on a consistent basis? And I would say more for Cam than Lamar, because I can see Lamar Jackson be more consistent on his throws than I would say Cam. But I don't.
Cam had a very small window of an elite passer. And if you look up Cam's stats for his career, I'm not going to bring race into it. I'm going to bring stats into it. If you look at Cam's numbers throughout the years, his completion percentage has declined. Now, when you look at an athletic quarterback, I think, and I'm not going to say anything anyone doesn't know, on average, black quarterbacks are probably more athletic than most white quarterbacks, right? It's very rare that you have a very, except for Tebow, of course, but it's very rare that you have an elite athletic white quarterback. So sometimes my sports analysis is maybe being athletic and having that to fall back on, and knowing that you could escape the pocket takes away from the focus on hand of getting the ball downfield. Because Aaron Rodgers is pretty mobile, but he's always got his mind on going downfield. You watch Lamar.
Of course, the Cowboy going to sneak this in. The Cowboy fan sneaks this in.
Dak looks to throw the ball downfield. Dak is athletic, but he doesn't look to be a runner. He runs when he has
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, another one. He, and I didn't mean to say it like that. I just meant another point that you're making. that came out wrong. I felt that. You got guys who can escape the pocket.
That's a good point too. Deshaun Watson's almost the same thing.
Throw the ball.
Yeah.
Deshaun is an elite passer. Great completion percentage. Great getting the ball downfield. Runs
and
when
athletic.
He doesn't run because he wants to. And I think the difference is Cam wants to run. Lamar wants to run. Yeah. And I think when you're too busy dipping down to be elusive, you're missing your chances to throw the ball on time with precision to move the chains.
Yeah.
Dak is the perfect example. Dak has a lot of athleticism.
Yeah.
But Dak does what?
He's a passer first.
Hands on time.
He's a passer first.
Completion percentage is fucking insane. I think he's over 70 this year. I could be wrong. The Broncos game probably brought him down a little bit.
Yeah,
but his numbers as a passer,
Corey, who's a Cowboys fan, he's saying 67%. So
okay,
but
so
still, that's
probably
still pretty damn good.
The Bronco game because that
but
was.
I'll take 67%. Come on,
67%. That's Drew Brees numbers. That's fucking
yes. That's elite shit.
Chad Pennington, Drew Brees levels with that.
Okay, Corey says he's at 72% this year, which is even fucking better.
Ding, one for me. Bam.
67 for his career.
Okay, which is a fucking amazing stat, but I'm trying to figure out how to like put an analogy on it. But Steph Curry, for example, Steph Curry loves to shoot threes, right?
Yeah.
He might have an open lane to the basket and not take it because he could fall back on his great shooting. And I think when you look at athletic quarterbacks, Steve Young was an athletic quarterback, but he fucking murdered you from the pocket. And I think if athletic quarterbacks fixated on being better pocket passers and maybe trusting the line a little more, I think you'd see better completion percentage. I think you see better throws getting out on time. And I think
brings up a good point. He brings up a good point because if you flip the coin on this and you say if we get certain O-line that maybe protect a certain way or get a elite offensive line, say you put Lamar behind, name a good offensive line out there right now. Cleveland, Indy, maybe he's not moving and scrambling as much because he has more time. You know what I'm saying?
That's a bigger picture thing where you fucking traded Orlando Brown and Ronnie Stanley gets hurt.
Yeah,
that's a massive
loss.
Massive hits.
Yeah, that is true. That's to that offensive line. You can't
rely on Lamar to run until he's 37. Like you got to build a line that can allow him to be a passer. So I think you'd have to break that down by case, which I don't think we're doing at 1:10 in the morning. Yeah. But Melvin, I would love to come on Man Down. I would love to be a part of it. If we're going to have a bigger discussion about this where we all set time apart, I would love to get in on it because I think there's more to it than just the small scope that we just tapped into.
Yeah. So he said the point is that there are a lot of QBs that aren't highly accurate. However, only the back QBs get mentioned as inaccurate, and that stigma follows them.
I mean, Sam Darnold gets torched all the fucking time
about his inaccuracy.
Yeah, it's why he'll probably never start a game again unless somebody gets hurt. Like Darnold's not accurate. He's got some athleticism to him, but he's not accurate, and he's bad with decision making. Same thing I said earlier. I don't know if Melvin was in the show earlier when we said it, but Cam and Sam to me are identical. Inaccurate, hold the ball too long, bad decision makers. Like that. That transcends race.
I still haven't seen Cam complete an out route. I haven't seen him complete an out route.
I think Steve Smith was the last one he completed one too.
But you know, but when you have an elite wide receiver that Steve Smith was at that point in time, that helps you,
right?
Trust. And he had Greg Olsen for those many years and built that trust. But I mean, if you build around these quarterbacks like Mahomes, like Deshaun, Jalen Hurts, I said it many a times. I think Jalen Hurts can succeed in Philly if they build around him. You trade away Zach Ertz. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
No.
I know Zach Ertz,
but they knew he was going to walk at the end of the year, though. Right?
I get that. That was a business move. That was a business move.
3 first-round picks.
True. So, that was a business move.
You know what it is? It's also doing a guy a solid who's giving his all to your organization. You're like, listen, we know we're not having a good year. We're going to do you a solid. You know what? Maybe Zach Ertz goes back there next year and fucking signs with them again for a run because, you know, they have a grand slam of an offseason.
Yeah. And I like Jalen Hurts, but Philly.
I'm not an analyst. Real quick, Melvin. I'm not an analyst.
Yeah.
I know I analyze shit. I have torched Darnold for years. I know you just recently heard my opinions and views, but Darnold's inaccuracy, like I said, his decision making, holding the ball, the panic, the looking to run because you don't trust your offensive line.
But I think the overall message, and I'm not trying to speak for you, Mel. I think Mel is saying that, you know, if we're as analysts and whatever race we are, obviously I'm black, you're white, we hold everybody to the same standard. I think what Mel is saying, he wants the media, like your talking heads, to be consistent on holding everybody to that same standard. And I'm not speaking for you, Mel, so go ahead and comment if that's your overall goal of what you're trying to say. But to my other point, when you have a talent like Jalen Hurts, you know, Lamar, Deshaun, or any quarterback, especially these athletic quarterbacks who sometimes aren't going to be pass first and run first. Pass first.
About Deshaun. Deshaun is an elite passer. You can talk about off the field, which is totally different. But on the field, Deshaun was a top 5 quarterback. And I don't think anybody who play-wise has a negative thing to say about Deshaun Watson. Does he have the ability to run?
Russell Wilson.
He would rather fucking torch you from the pocket.
Think about if Russell Wilson if his career, his whole time in Seattle, if he had an elite offensive line, imagine his numbers.
He would have even more record-breaking numbers than he already has.
Yeah, and I think the same applies to, you know, cats like Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. If you give them an elite line, and you pointed it out, you lose Stanley, you traded away Orlando Brown. If you have them still on your roster, on your offensive line, you probably see different numbers from Lamar in his passing game because he has the protection.
But here's the difference with Lamar. You could put together hundreds of throws of wide open guys, and he's missed them from the pocket, clean. Yeah. So I don't use race to ever form an opinion on anything. You know me well enough by now that's not me. That's not my makeup. That's not what I'm about. I always do the eye test. Show me who you are. Right?
Yeah. No, you just calling it how you see it.
He misses a lot. He did it tonight. He missed at least 8 to 10 open throws because he's looking to dip. So I get it. We could break down each quarterback, and there might be different reasons for it. But Lamar might lean back on his elite athleticism. Cam might not trust his arm. He had a shoulder injury. You know, he's been a free fall with completion percentage for the last couple of years. You might not have the line. Yeah. But, I mean, shame on Baltimore because what did you do? Maybe you leaned too heavily on your quarterback's athleticism and traded that piece, Orlando Brown, away. Maybe you put your quarterback in a position that he's not able to succeed. But that being said, you've also had a quarterback who hasn't showed the ability to be consistent on a regular basis. You need to do everything you can to build him up, not rely on him to save your fucking ass for bad decisions.
And Orlando Brown was in the same situation as Zach Ertz was. So last year when Stanley got hurt and missed the rest of the season because of ACL, they moved Orlando from right tackle to left, and he did pretty damn good.
Well. Yeah.
And that's the reason why Kansas City went after him and traded for him. But Baltimore knew that it was on his last year of his rookie contract, and they was like, we're not trying to pay him because we just paid Stanley, and Stanley got hurt right after he just signed the contract extension. So you're strapped for money at the O line.
Stanley gets hurt, so you basically Lamar hasn't had him since his MVP season.
Pretty much. And
19. You wanted 19. Yeah,
and that makes a difference. That makes a difference.
Huge difference, man. We say it all the time. Line is everything. If you can't block, you can't win. You can't run, you can't win. You can't throw, you can't win. It's the mantra of the Pop Warner team.
It doesn't matter who's at quarterback. If you have no O-line to keep you upright, we know how great you are athletically and you can magician your way out of some shit, but you can't do that all season.
Yeah.
You need an O-line, period, of who's back there quarterbacking.
Yes.
Period.
And you can take 32 different quarterbacks and alternate them on that one team.
Yeah.
You're going to get different results, right? From every
Exactly.
There's no universal fix. There's no universal cure.
The universal fix is get an O-line.
Yeah, I mean, glad you're buying into what I say, man. Glad you're buying in finally.
No, come on, man. No, great minds think alike. Look,
I know.
You got to protect the quarterback, and you got to get after the quarterback. If you can't do that,
you just remind me
of a long day, bro.
Boomerang. You got to coordinate.
You got to coordinate. Blue. You got to coordinate, baby. That's a good point to end this extended little version on right here, man.
Real quick. If Mel is still listening, reach out to Lamar. He'll give you my info. I would love to come on, man. If we're gonna get into a real good, strong debate discussion, man, I'm all in. You know how I am. You've heard me. I would love to come on and hear you.
Yeah. No, I shout out to Melvin Wall, Corey Chin. They are part of the Man Down Podcast Network.
Okay.
They definitely did. All
right.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know.
No. I'll have to invite you to the Man Down page, and then you can jump in there because they usually do the shows on Tuesdays. And then every now and then they'll throw me on there as a guest. We done many collabs with them, but for those who are listening, definitely go over to the Man Down Podcast Network on their YouTube page and their Facebook page. Like, share, subscribe, show them mad love, and then going over to I.O.W. Like, share, subscribe on our YouTube page and Facebook page. You'll see me and Nick there for sure, always chopping it up. But man, good conversation. I don't even mind going over 17 minutes.
We never know where it's going to go, and that's like
enjoyable part. Oh yeah, I love it. But look, y'all,
it's like a Lamar Jackson pass. You never know where it's going to end up.
Hey, everybody, man, y'all have a fantastic Friday. If I do show up, I think I might show up tomorrow night. It depends on how I'm feeling. Because I know I haven't been filming on Fridays lately, but I might. It depends on what happens tomorrow. Sports, I might.
A lot of NBA action.
Yeah, a lot of NBA action.
Big. I think everybody plays Friday night. So
yes, Friday night. NBA definitely gets after it. I know there might be a couple of college football games that I might take a peek at, but I'll definitely be watching sports all weekend. So much love to you, Big Nick.
I will send you some memes of the 320-pound man upside down because the NFL Network's already showing him. It showed him flipping over the table and over Joe Thomas.
Hey, that man just made himself an internet. He's about to get 15 minutes of fame off the internet.
He did. He got the post-game interview for the Dolphins.
He's about to get it. Yeah.
The only thing that could have made that better tonight was Chris Berman doing the
rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Yes.
Hey, be good, Corey. All right, big homie. Hey, y'all be good, world. Love somebody, hug somebody. Peace.
All right, peace. Be good.
Yo. Sound like LTD this. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo. I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding wit, suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jerking out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Deadly with explosive, if you're softer than some woven silk. Grind the rapper's flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. Some nutrition.